What's up, people? This is Seanstradamus, the sports genius formerly known as Sean Down. Welcome to another episode of Diary of a Mad Sports Fan, coming to you Monday, August 20th, 2012. This episode is sponsored, as usual, by the World Series of Dice and Negro Modelo. So, I'm not going to discuss my season's predictions on the Chicago Bears and the NFL this episode. I'm going to wait till next episode. And give it a few days to make it a single episode of its own. What I'm going to discuss is 2 or 3 things that's been grinding my gears in the world of sports over the last few days. And the first thing that grinds my gears in the world of sports is none other than that fucking loser we know as John Salley. I mean, this bum played a bum role in Bad Boy. He was a weak basketball player, a weak actor. He was just weak at everything. But this dude had the nerve and the fortitude to come out and say that Michael Jordan was not only not the greatest player to ever play the game, but he wasn't even the greatest player that he ever played with. And to refresh your memory, John Salley played with the Pistons, the Bulls, the Lakers, and I want to say the Houston Rockets, but some other team. I don't give a fuck. Whoever. He said the greatest player he ever played with was Isaiah Thomas. Now, any of you who's ever heard lists and had your own list, and Isaiah Thomas was a goon, but anybody who's ever had their own list never lists Isaiah Thomas in the top 5. So you're saying Isaiah Thomas was better than him. Then he said Bird Magic was better than him. Then he said Kareem was better than him. Then he said Elijah Wan was better than him. You're telling me you just named 5 motherfuckers that's better than Michael Jordan. Most people go as far as LeBron James, Bill Russell, and Wilt Chamberlain before they get bust on. This dude named 5 niggas and didn't name Wilt Chamberlain or Bill Russell or LeBron James. This is why I personally, even though I'm not Republican, I agreed with everything that George Bush and them did when it came to waterboarding, because people like this nigga right here deserves it. He should be caned. He should be strung up. They should hang him from a tree like they did Wesley Snipes' boy in Sugar Hill. John Salley has to go. Because this dude is fucking ridiculous. You named all these bums. First of all, Elijah Wan played in the league the whole time Jordan played in the league and did not win one fucking ring while Jordan was in the league. The 2 rings he won was the 2 years that Jordan decided to go beat off and play baseball. Isaiah won 2 rings. Yeah, he kicked Jordan's ass twice, but Jordan then returned that favor by sweeping the shit out of them, making them walk off the court looking bad, and then keeping him off the 92 Olympic team. So I think he did more than enough to get even. Magic had a fucking whip in L.A. I could have went out there and been a point guard, and he should have won at least 2 or 3 rings out there. And I'm not taking nothing away from Magic, but don't act like he wasn't out there with a bunch of fucking goons. Bird, they just allowed him to get away with whatever the fuck he wanted to get away with. He was a goon as well. I love Bird. White boy, didn't care, didn't give a shit about the fact that you was black. He was going to come out and bust your ass and drop 40. But if somebody real came out, they was going to drop 40 on him. The only reason why he was able to survive in the 80s is because they used to allow the Celtics to bust on people and punch them in their eye and shit like that just to keep them from getting ahead of them because they were slow and white and couldn't keep up. Kareem was too busy filling out AARP insurance in the 80s. Don't talk to me about Kareem. How fucking dare you say Kareem was better than him in the 80s? That's just an embarrassment. That is an embarrassment. You just named like 6 niggas. You didn't mention people like Kobe and them. Like, you basically arguing that Jordan could be out of the top 10. And what really grinds my gears, and the reason why I'm so heated, is because this nigga actually had a talk show a few years ago called The Best Damn Sports Show, period. And he's sitting around wondering why it's off the air right now. I wonder why. When you say stupid fucking comments like that. But they give you a talk show, but don't give Seanstradamus a talk show because he's too fucking real and too black to get a show. This is unbelievable. They sit back and discriminate against the geniuses and the better looking guy, but then they give this fucking bald head loser a show. In my Charles Barkley voice, this shit is just terrible. I mean, terrible. And then what really further grinds my gears is the fact that he said that Isaiah and all these players was better than Kobe as well, because he played with Kobe for a few years in LA. Kobe comes out and he plays an exhibition game in China and he claims he scored 68 points in 15 minutes. Which, first of all, you're a goddamn lie. I don't give a fuck if you was playing NBA 2K13. You did not score 68 points in 15 minutes. It didn't happen. It did not happen. But what's further disturbing, not the fact that this dude actually lied, but the fact that he and lied for attention so people could be like, man, maybe he's in a talk with LeBron now. Dude, is the fact that this dude actually lied on some Chinese people. Nigga, ain't nobody in China other than fucking whoever the fuck that was in Houston. Ain't nobody other than the Yao Ming. Ain't nobody in China taller than like 5'6". I could get a couple of my guys and go over to China and bust that ass on them in some basketball. That's not an accomplishment. Tell me you went over there and came up with a solution to communism. Tell me you went over there and beat them at a math problem. And then I'll be like, yeah, I can honor that. I'm not honoring you beating nobody in China in basketball. And then to sit up and lie and say you scored 68 points, you disgust me. But the final thing that grinds my gears, for this episode, that is this whole thing with Augusta National and them letting women into the golf club now, and women are members, Condaleeza Rice and some rich white bitch down in Atlanta, I don't know who she is. They're members now. My problem is this. You can let anybody in you want to let in. But why do you have to why does everything have to be so fucking politically correct? Why do women have to be involved in every fucking thing? There's certain things you should be doing. There's certain things men shouldn't be doing. Period. I shouldn't be wearing high heels. Just so, what you gonna be doing next? Pissing standing up? You shouldn't be pissing standing up. Even though some of you nasty motherfuckers do it. Dude, leave it a fucking alone. I mean, goddamn, you wonder why the fucking divorce rate is above 50% in this world. Nobody knows the role of a man and a woman anymore. Everybody wants to cross paths. You got motherfuckers like P. Diddy want to walk around in pink shirts and shit like that. And you got bitches want to walk around in Timbs and hoodies. Like, when the fuck did they start doing that, man? My grandmama and them would roll over in their graves. They knew about this shit. This shit is just, it's undignified. No woman should be a part of an all men's club, just like no nigga should be a part of no all women's club. Some things are meant to be sacred. You go watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta and let this nigga go watch Sports Center and drink Negro Modelo. And that's all I got to say about that, because I'm starting to get upset. There you have it, another episode of Diary of a Mad Sports Fan. If you liked the comment, if you didn't, go fuck your mother. Peace.